Yeah, he's like the actor whisperer that he had to break me before I could, really become,
That's the first intelligent thing you've ever said, the actor
Yes.
whisperer.
Yeah.
That's excellent.
No, me and JK, I was very thankful.
JK and I.
JK and I was very thankful that he wasn't, that he could, we could crack jokes. Like in that first scene when he's slapping me, I mean, for the longest time, I couldn't keep a straight face. And after.
Because he was crying because
Right.
he's such a pussy.
Right.
Every time I slap him, a little slap. I don't know. How many times
We
did I
tried.
slap you, Mike? He was counting.
Yeah.
He was like, because he had a heart out at 50, I think.
Right,
on
something
the
like that.
slaps.
Well, no, we tried. At first, we were doing fake slaps, and then it would just whatever the angle was, it wasn't looking right.
Wasn't
and
working
so
for
they
me.
said, "Are you okay if JK actually slaps you?" And I said, "Yeah, I trust. Yeah, I
It's
trust
always
JK."
my plan all along. Was
Yeah.
to
God, that was fun, man.
Yeah, that was fun.
so far my favorite part of the movie.
crucial
and
crucial
the-
moment of
Is
shooting.
the other thing in there with the chair? Is that in the trailer? Yeah, that and the
Yeah, that's how.
and the
yeah.
chair throwing.
At first, I wrote this script, and no one kind of, for some reason, wanted to make a movie about a jazz drummer. So I decided to make a short, and so J.K. and I we pulled that scene that they're talking about, the chair throwing, slapping scene. We pulled that, shot it as a kind of standalone thing, and then that helped us raise the money and get better actors like Miles and actually elevate the whole thing, and better as opposed to J.K.
I started with piano when I was like 6, and then I played saxophone in middle school and high school band. Picked up guitar because I thought it was a good tool to have
For the chicks.
just for the chicks. And then I actually, got a drum set. I asked for a drum kit when I was like 15, got it for Christmas, and then started playing in bands when I was like 15 and took it with me to college and, out in LA. But Damien you didn't know that I was a drummer.
No, I
before
didn't.
any of this was just kind of, although
that
with
was-
jazz, I might as well have been starting from scratch because it really is such a high form of drumming. And
That is true. It's like Miles had been playing for a while, but he didn't. You didn't sort of. There were certain basic things that you had to kind of totally learn from scratch. And I remember.
Like how to hold the drumstick.
right.
I remember.
Right.
I remember the first day with the teacher. He's like, it called me up. Like I said, so how did the lesson with Miles go? And like called me up and said, so he's gonna be doing like all those solos, right? I'm like, yeah. And he's like, well, good luck. And
Bernie said that?
Bernie said
Mother,
that.
what a
Bitch.
yeah, exactly.
And then literally, so then we're like, shit, maybe we're gonna need a double for a lot of stuff. And literally, by the time we got onto set, I actually started feeling bad because we had a double for a lot of stuff, and he was just like sitting for so much, like just basically all the shoot, because
Yeah.
Miles was, again, I don't want to stroke your ego too much because it's already so inflated, but Miles'
Yeah.
drumming was so beyond what we had even kind of thought it would be, and I knew it would be good,
Well,
but
so way better than his acting.
yes, much better than the acting. The acting required a lot of cutting, but the drumming was just spot on. And as a drummer myself, it was fun to actually watch him like slide right into not just drumming, but that kind of drumming. It's a very specific kind of style.
It's
And I was the
it's
drummer
like-
in Procol Harum in the 60s, actually. So we all have that same background.
Yeah.
You're actually the best drummer of the three of us, I think.
I didn't want to say that, but thank you. Yeah. Yeah, when we first had lunch and we were talking about, everything.
Yeah.
Damien sort of wanted to take the onus off me about, make me feel comfortable with the concept of being a band leader, being up there in front of them. And he said, I don't want you to worry about, the conducting technique or any of that. We'll have a technical advisor who will help you with all of that kind of stuff. And I said, I actually have
me
a
to
college degree in conducting, and so I.
And he said it in
I
a
know
very
how to-
condescending
Wait.
way. Very
Well, like I
kind
do,
of,
I do anything with the children.
Yeah.
They perceive it as condescending because it's the wisdom
the
coming
elders,
down from
yeah.
the mount.
It's the washed up people telling the people with promise, how to do things. Yeah. I really didn't do very much. I mean, I wrote the role, and J.K. just like slid into it like water.
Wow, that's an awesome metaphor.
Slid in like water. I know.
Yeah. No, because you can see like water sort of flowing.
Water
like
slides in.
I mean, the way I see it is like water on like stainless steel, and it kind of, or almost like mercury on stainless steel, so that it beads up, and you see different.
Why
drops
don't
of
you
it.
provide
You
a
slid
serious,
in like
lighting.
mercury
serious
on
answer?
stainless steel, baby.
Yeah, baby.
That's-
Uh-huh.
That's
Yeah, I
it.
did.